Unit 15, Lesson 3, Imaginary Travel. One morning, about a fortnight after I had obtained my liberty, Reldresal, Principal Secretary, as they style him, of Private Affairs, came to my house attended only by one servant. He ordered his coach to wait at a distance and desired I would give him an hour's audience, which I readily consented to, on account of his quality and personal merits, as well as of many good offices he had done me during my solicitations at court. I offered to lie down, that he might the more conveniently reach my ear, but he chose rather to let me hold him in my hand during our conversation. He began with compliments on my liberty, said he might pretend to some merit in it, but, however, added that if it had not been for the present situation of things at court, perhaps I might not have obtained it so soon. For, said he, as flourishing a condition as we appear to be in to foreigners, we labor under two mighty evils, a violent faction at home, and the danger of an invasion by a most potent enemy from abroad. As to the first, you are to understand that for above 70 moons past, there have been two struggling parties in this empire, under the names of Tramexan and Slomexan, from the high and low heels of the shoes by which they distinguish themselves. It is alleged, indeed, that the high heels are most agreeable to our ancient constitution, but however this be, His Majesty hath determined to make use of only low heels in the administration of the government, and all offices in the gift of the crown. As you cannot but observe, and particularly that His Majesty's imperial heels are lower at least by a drur than any of his court. A drur is a measure about the 14th part of an inch. The animosities between these two parties ran so high that they will neither eat nor drink nor talk with each other. We compute the Tramexan or high heels to exceed us in number, but the power is wholly on our side. We apprehend His Imperial Highness, the heir to the crown, to have some tendency towards the high heels. At least we can plainly discover one of his heels higher than the other, which gives him a hobble in his gait. Now, in the midst of this intestine disquids, we are threatened with an invasion from the island of Blefuscu, which is the other great empire of the universe, almost as large and powerful as this of His Majesty. For as to what we have heard, you affirm that there are other kingdoms and states in the world inhabited by human creatures as large as yourself. Our philosophers are in much doubt, and would rather conjecture that you dropped from the moon or one of the stars, because it is certain that 100 mortals of your bulk would in a short time destroy all the fruits and cattle of His Majesty's dominions. Besides, our histories of 6,000 moons make no mention of any other regions than the two great empires of Lilliput and Blefuscu, which two mighty powers have, as I was going to tell you, been engaged in a most obstinate war for 36 moons past. It began upon the following occasion. It is allowed on all hands that the primitive way of breaking eggs before we eat them was upon the larger end, but His present Majesty's grandfather, while he was a boy going to eat an egg and baking it according to ancient practice, happened to cut one of his fingers. Whereupon the emperor, his father, published an edict commanding all his subjects upon great penalties to break the smaller end of their eggs. The people so highly resented this law that our histories tell us there have been 6 rebellions raised on their account, wherein one emperor lost his life and another his crown. These civil commotions were constantly fomented by the monarchs of Blefuscu. And when they were quelled, the exiles always fled for refuge to their empire. It is computed that 11,000 persons have at several times suffered death rather than submit to break their eggs at the smaller end. Many hundred large volumes have been published upon this controversy, but the books of the big Indians have been long forbidden, and the whole party rendered incapable by law of holding employments.